Alright, let's quit being lazy. Let's check out the good old reliable camera. Because I haven't seen, I don't like that. That's the only thing. But none of it got on the lens, so that's good. So that's paint, because we were painting the house one time. We were painting the walls and we didn't really cover anything. My parents just painted it without telling me, so I gotta put this camera together. Let's open that up. Open that up. And where's the square? There we go. And bam. Let's get the microphone ready. And that's it. That's all I need. So let's switch over to the camera now. Alright, well, let's go ahead and show you an update on, and excuse my dog, he just, every time I bring out a camera, he thinks that he's the start of the show. But let me go ahead and show you the car. So we're going to talk about the car today. We're going to talk about pretty much why was the reason that I traded in the Charger, because I guess I never addressed that. And trust me, the Charger was a really fun car, and it was one of the best cars I've ever had, to be honest with you. But I decided, you know, I wanted something way different. I wanted to change it up, and okay, great, they're gonna start with that. You know what, I'm not gonna bother, so I'll be right back. All right, so we'll put it, you know what, let's move it over here. I think it'll be better over there. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about pretty much why I sold the Charger and why I got this car right here. I'm sorry, I just ate, so I burped. So let me just go ahead and start off by saying pretty much the same thing, that you know, the Charger was a really nice car for me. It always did good to me. One of the best cars I've ever owned, and I've owned only about maybe 3 or 4. So I got this one, and there's 2 reasons why I got this one, and I'll go ahead and be completely honest with you guys. First reason, which is the most important reason, was I was just straight bored of the car. I was bored with the Charger. Everything I tried to do to it, it would either fail or it just wouldn't work in general. I was pretty much, you know, like done with it. Everything that I did to it, it came out good, but then it started failing. Like I don't know, like every time I did one thing, something would fail, and like I would fix it and then something else would fail. But it wasn't like anything big or anything. It was just like the fact of how I wanted to run, and then something would just happen, and then I was like, okay, whatever. So I'll go ahead and like explain, you know, one thing. I'll give you an example. I was removing the bumper and I did the SRT bumper swap, and while I did the bumper, while I took it off, I don't know how, because the cables were ran beneath the bumper, and they were ran through like the little thing that, you know, the bumper goes over, it doesn't go under. But for some reason it cut my wires to where it cut my wires to my headlights, to my color changing headlights, and I pretty much hated that. Like now my lights don't turn on, you know, so now I have to put money into buying the wire harness or buy a whole pack again. I don't have to open up the headlight, which is the only good thing, and I need to sneeze. Jesus. Okay, I'm sorry about that. You guys ever sneeze and just like dislocate your shoulder, or is it just me? Every time I sneeze, it's like my body just hurts. Anyway, yeah, so my lights don't turn on anymore, so I had to pretty much either buy a new set, like I said, or get the wiring for it, but they don't sell it separately. So the good thing is I don't have to open up the headlights, so all I have to do is just switch them out. And it was stuff like that I was like, oh, well, now I have to buy this. And then whenever the car was getting pro charged, I'm not sure if it was a loose wire, because I don't think it was a wire, but my horn doesn't sound as loud as it was before. Like if the horn is just like messed up or something. So I had to replace that. What else on the car? I don't really remember, but it was just to the point where it was just getting irritating to have it. Like just to maintenance the car was costing too much, and for what the car is, I honestly don't think it was worth it. Parts were OEM parts were just too expensive, and it just didn't make sense because I was like, dude, like this is one of the cheapest parts I've ever seen anybody use, and they want to like charge up so much. It just didn't make sense. So I was getting really bored of the car. I was getting really tired of having to fix stuff. And what is that guy doing? And it wasn't like I was looking for a new car, because I honestly wasn't. I was just, looking around, and then I was, as a joke, I just decided to say one day, I'm like, hey, I'm selling the car. I was tired of the car. I'm like, you know what? I'm selling the car. Whoever wants to buy it, buy it. And I wanted to part out the car first, and that's why I put it on Instagram. I started to part out the car, and then I was like, in some ways it could benefit me, in some ways it couldn't. Like, for example, wheels, I would trade for stocks. I would get cash on the side, stuff like that. Because at that point, I just wanted to take the car back to normal, and I was just going to daily drive it. I was going to take off the headers. I was going to take it back to, at least some stock. Just so I can just daily drive it or whatever, and just have that, and then probably focus on another car. And then I realized that that probably wasn't worth it. So I still had to pay on the car because I financed it, right? So I was still making payments on the car, and I said, you know what, if you take over the car payments, to be honest with you, I'll let you have it, because I was getting tired of it, right? And I've had like 2 or 3 people message me about it. Like 2 of them were serious, and the last person was kind of just interested. But I ended up selling the car to my friend, that she lives in this area anyway. And I'll put her Instagram down below so you guys can follow her if you guys want to see what's up with the car and how's it running. Because everything's still good. We ended up fixing most of the stuff anyway. So it's like not like anything's really messed up with it, because it's not. The car runs perfect and everything. And she's a new owner, so she'll be taking care of that car. And she wanted a car that... She always liked my car. So it kind of made sense that one day she just wanted to buy it. So she bought it for me, so I don't have to worry about that car anymore. And I said, you know what, well, I want a new car. So I was, started looking at scat packs. I wasn't looking new. I was looking at used cars, because trust me, I made the mistake. Don't buy a new car. It's worthless. Buy a used car. I got this one used with 8,000 miles, and 8,000 miles for a really low price. I'm talking about after finance and everything, I still owe way less on this car than what I owed on my Charger. And insurance went down, car payment went down, obviously. Gas mileage went up, barely. I mean, because I was going from $36 to fill up every 3 days on my Charger to $27 that I have to fill up once a week on this car. So it really does save you money in some type of way. And even though $27 is a little bit, it's a little bit high for a 4-cylinder, but because this is a Subaru engine and it's a boxer engine, there's no eco mode on this car or anything like that. So it kind of makes sense. A little bit, you spend a little bit more. But I love this car. This car, I can tell you right now, just looking at it, everything is just awesome. These seats are my favorite thing, especially because I love seats that hug you. So let me just go ahead and explain. Besides the fact that I was bored with the car, it was also like a financial help. Not that I couldn't pay for the car, because I really could. I could have kept going if I wanted to, but you have to realize that I didn't make any good financial what's the word I'm trying to use here? I didn't make that many good choices with how I spend my money, and I'll be honest about that. I was kind of young and dumb, and to be honest with you, the car, they kind of forced it on me. It was like the dealership trick, and I learned, after working in the dealership, how they do it, and stuff like that. So in a way, it wasn't a car that I really wanted to buy, because when I was looking at Chargers, I was looking for a SRT, or at the time I was looking at the older SRTs, like the SRT 8 from the 2011 to 14 type of year. I didn't really want a 15. I didn't really like the look of the 15s until I started seeing the wing that my car came with, and it looked really nice. So I was like, you know what, maybe it doesn't look that bad, especially lower. The car doesn't look bad at all. So I guess that was the reason why I ended up getting the car, just because they kind of forced it on me. They kind of just, I don't know. It's like, I liked the car, but it wasn't like, I wasn't like, oh wow. I think at the time I just wanted a V8 and I just did it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, don't do it. Like, don't learn from my mistakes. I messed up, and now I'm fixing it. I'm 25 and like I kind of matured a little bit, so I'm fixing it now. I'm going through like my financial mistakes. I'm fixing everything, so I'm not gonna be in debt, and I can clear it, and then I can start looking for a house, because that's what my next move is. I got this little car right here. This is gonna be my daily driver. I'm gonna drive it every single day. And then I'm looking for a house, because it's about that time where I start looking. So at first I wasn't looking for a house, and same reason, I don't have like somebody that I'm with that I'm like already thinking about starting a family or anything. That's why I wasn't in a rush to get a house. But now I kind of like, you know what, I just want my own house at this point. So that's another reason why. So I'm just fixing everything. Hopefully, I don't want to say by the end of this year, because I really don't think that's going to happen, because I still got a lot of stuff to work with. But I want to say, look, within the next couple years, I should have my house. Like, for sure. I'm 25 now. I want to say that by 28, I should have my house. For sure, by 28. So maybe 26, 27, I should be already in the process of buying one already. And then by 28, I should already have my house, like, with a furniture and everything. So I don't know, hopefully that goes well, but that's my plan. I don't want to say like New Year's resolution type of thing, because I don't think that's what it is. I see it more like as a goal of what I plan to do. So that's that. And I ended up getting this car, and I'll be honest with you guys, when I had my V6 Charger, this was the car that I was originally looking at. I was looking at this one in the Scion TC, the 9.0 series, the orange and black version. And if you don't know how that looks like, I'm going to show you pictures on the screen right now. And I loved that car. That car was amazing. I test drove it. I had it here for one day, and then the dealership made me take it back, because supposedly the finance didn't go through, which didn't make sense to me, because a month later I went and got the red Charger, which is twice the price of that car, and they financed it for me with no issues. And I was like, okay, how does that make sense? I was like, that literally doesn't make sense. And it's not like I had bad credit. I had good credit. So I was like, that doesn't make sense. You can't finance me a $20,000 vehicle, but you could finance me a fucking $35,000, $40,000 vehicle. Okay. And I would have kept that car, to be honest with you. I love that car. But I was looking into this one too, but I didn't want to get in an automatic. And at the time, these were more expensive, and that was like in the 2013, 2014 time. But these were expensive. They were running about 25 to 30. I know that's not a lot, but for this car, it's not worth it. I mean, it is a nice car. It's a beginner sports car, but it lacks in power and stuff like that. So at the time, I didn't think that it was worth it for the money that they were asking for. So I was looking at, just used ones, if anything. And like I said, that Scion TC, I ended up getting it and for one day, and I loved it, and I wish I could have kept it, to be honest with you, because that car was nice. And this one, I like the whole red and black theme that it has going on inside. I went ahead and painted some parts red, but some little parts came with red, like the red stitching that came normal, the red seats, that's normal. On the side you have red. There's a couple things that I painted, so I'll show you like what it looks like. I'll show you like a video of what it looks like on the side. And the paint came out really good. I learned how to paint finally, so you guys can't choke and make fun of me for that anymore. But I ended up learning how to paint correctly. I worked with Rhino Coat, which I haven't gone because I don't know, I've been busy, but I need to go back, see what he's up to and help him out and stuff. But this car was one of the cars that I wanted at the time as well when I got the TC. So this was going to be, you know, my first choice, but I went with the TC because it was cheaper and stuff like that. So I ended up getting the Charger, like I said, by force. So it wasn't something that I was like super happy about when I made that purchase. But you know what, I said whatever, you know. But the thing is, I had to put so much money into that car. When I wanted to pro charge it, the car can only handle 7 pounds of boost. This car can handle 11, I believe, 10 or 11, and then make about 400 wheel on this one. Actually, it can make about 320 wheel, and then if you're on E85, you can make 400. So that might be in the future. You guys know me. You guys know that I'm an aftermarket guy. So that means this car is going to be lowered within by the next 6 months. Right now, I'm looking at wheels, and I'm looking at lowering springs or coilovers. I'm not too much into coilovers. To be honest with y'all, I'm just going to go springs because I'm not going to track this car. This is going to be a daily. I know everybody gets this car and they say, oh, well, this car is like perfect for the track. You can take it to the track and drift around and stuff. And I'm like, this is not going to be a car build, like a serious car build for track. This is going to be a daily driver for me. So and to be honest with you, I'm more of a drag person, so I like to go in a straight line instead of turning. So I mean, for me, it was just, I don't think I'm gonna use it that much anyway for like track use or anything. I don't even think I'm ever gonna take it to a track. I never took the Charger to the track. So like I said, this car, I'm just looking for wheels, maybe lower it just a little bit, because I don't like the wheel gap. It looks terrible, and I like lowered cars anyway. So put some nice wheels on them. And I'm having a hard time looking for them because I'm looking for some that clear Brembos. And for this car, it's like you only have like 5 or 6 options, or that I know of, without running spacers. And I'm not trying to run spacers, because then I'll have the vibration on there. So I don't want that. So hopefully we find out a good pair that fits, that I don't have to use spacers, and I should be good to go. But I don't know, I'm still looking, like I said. And the lowering springs, I'm probably just gonna go with Eibach, the sport lines, because I mean, I've used them in the past. I don't see a problem to use them. Actually, I used H&R. I'm lying. I didn't use Eibach, but I know everybody uses Eibach. So yeah, that's another thing. So you know, it's kind of a long video. We're 16 minutes in. Jesus. Okay, so pretty much, like I said, this is the 2 main reasons why I got rid of the Charger. One, I was just bored of it, just didn't want it. And the second one was just like, in a way, it's just like, I just wanted to save some extra money and then start looking at houses and stuff like that. So, you know, it's not that, like, same thing, like I said, it's not that I couldn't afford it, because I could have kept the Charger, but the thing is, like, I would be looking at a longer time and stuff like that. So when I got this car, I kept it at the same amount of months that I had left over on the Charger. So I owed 32 months or something like that left on it to pay it off. So I did the exact same thing. I did 32 months on this one. And it was weird because they were like, how are you going to do 32? We could do 36. And I was like, well, can you do 30 at 32? And then they work with the bank and they managed to do it. So I'm paying it off as if I still had the Charger, and I'm still paying less. So I'm paying less months. That means that my payment is higher, but I'm still paying way less than what I was paying on the Charger. And to be honest with you guys, this car, like, I'll go ahead and tell you, I didn't pay full retail for this car. So I learned from my mistake with the Charger. So this car's price tag was around $26,000. And I can tell you right now that I did not get it near $26,000, which is a good thing. I got it way lower, and one way that I did that was because I used to sell cars, and my old manager worked there. So let's just say that, you know, I got a pretty good discount, and let's just say that I got an employee discount. So this car, I really got it for a really good deal. So that's a good thing. Like I said, that was another reason why I went with this car, because I was looking at other cars, and I was looking at the BRZ, because everybody tells me, well, if you're gonna get that car, get a BRZ, because BRZ is like the top of the line, like the high end trim. And to be honest with you, it's the same thing with the Toyota 86 and the BRZ. Is the same thing, like on this one at least, not the FRS, because the FRS was like the lower pack, right? And the 86, if you got the base model, then it would be the lower tier. But this one, since it is a TRD version, you get the side skirts, the TRD side skirts, the TRD bumper in the front, TRD rear bumper in the back, and then you get that spoiler that comes with the car. On top of that, you get Brembo brakes, which is another reason why I got this car. And this awesome steering wheel that I have right in front of me with the, luxury look in here. I know this radio right here, I'll make a 5 things I like and a 5 things I hate about this car. But this radio right here is not bad. I like the sound, and the sound quality on this car is 10 times better than the stock quality on the Charger. So I had to change the Charger. I changed the sound all over, all the speakers. And I went with kickers, and I like the sound. It was way better than stock. But this one, I can honestly say that I don't even have to mess with the audio on this one. And I know the older cars, like the 2013 version of the FRS and stuff, those didn't come with good sound quality, so you would have to upgrade. But this one, I love it. The sound, I really don't have any problems. And I'm probably going to put my subs back in the back. The 212s that I have. I know it's probably gonna be real heavy anyway. I don't want to make it that heavy, but I wish I could trade like for 10s and then just get some money on the side and stuff. But my dad says to keep the 12s and to get like a custom box to make them fit. I'll probably do that, to be honest with you. So yeah, pretty much like I said, I just had to do that explanation for you guys. Of why I sold the car and why I got this one. So, like I said, for all of you that were Mopar only, I understand if you guys are not going to stick around. And for those of you that, see the car as a downgrade, well, it's a downgrade. I mean, I get, what else can I say? For me, it's not a downgrade. You have to look at it from my point of view. For me, it was, I went to a whole different platform. It's not like I went from a V8 to a V6 on the same car. No, I went to a complete different platform. I went from American Muscle to JDM. So, well, kind of JDM, I don't know. So, that's the reason why. And this car, I can promise you that within maybe in the next year or so, this car is going to be making some serious power. It's going to be making at least my RT's horsepower that, I spent too much money trying to make it even more, and then just for it to handle 7 psi, it's trash. So yeah, this car is going to have some power later on, so just stay tuned for everybody that wants to stick along and then see what I do to it. Go ahead, and for those of you that are going to leave, that's fine. I understand that as well. I mean, I understand. I already changed my YouTube name. Now it's Miguel instead of Red Hemi RT, because obviously I don't have a Red Hemi anymore. And I changed my banner, and I did it on Photoshop, and it looks really nice. It's like a Star Wars theme, because I like Star Wars, and I want this to be like a Darth Vader look. I'm not planning on doing like a Darth Vader on the hood, the fucking stickers of the Star Wars characters on the side. No, I'm not trying to do that. I just want like a black and like a dark gray theme. Like if I can find the wheels and I can find them like a metallic gray or like a dark gray, that would be nice. Or if I can find them like all black, I guess I'll go with all black. But to be honest with you, I might not go all black, even though I love the looks of all black cars. With this one, I think I'm just gonna do like kind of half black, half grayish, like half dark grayish, and it'll look really nice. I feel like it could do that. And then on the interior, there's a couple parts that I don't want to paint, like for example right here on the steering wheel, and I'll show you like what it looks like from right here. On the steering wheel you have this silver part, and then on right here on the middle part, you have the silver right here, which is something that I just want to wrap black. I don't want to paint it either. I just want to just wrap it black, and then probably wrap this one black as well. And then the rest can stay red. I didn't put too much red. I hope it don't look like it was too much red. I put just the amount, just the minimum, at least, you know, to the point where it doesn't look ricey. Because if I fill everything with red, then it's gonna look like a ricer. So that's that. Again, hope you guys you know, enjoyed the video, and if you guys want to see more, then you're all welcome to subscribe. Like I said, I'm very happy. Almost 4,000 subscribers. You guys are amazing. For those of you that want to stick along, and for those of you that barely just got here, I appreciate it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys next time.